Hello there, and welcome to my patio. I thought I would invite you along for a little bit of a lower body stretch. Hips, hamstrings, you'll get the idea. But we're going to be laying on our back the entire time. Just relax and listen. This is audio only. I am laying on my back on a yoga mat next to a fountain on my patio. Can you hear it in the background? It's kind of warm out right now, so I'm not going to be stretching for very long, but I wanted to include you just in case you wanted to join me. Lay down on your back wherever you happen to be, whether you are in an office on a carpeted floor or in your bedroom or on your patio outside on your own yoga mat. My yoga mat is a little bit thick because I'm on a concrete surface. It's not as forgiving as the hard wood of my studio, but this will do, my friends. Right now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to lift both my legs up into the air, straight up into the air. That's right. I'm going to point my toes right now, pointed towards the sky. I'm going to go ahead and leave my left toe pointed. My knees, they're pretty straight, my legs, but the knees are a little bit soft, if you know what I mean. Not with a full bend, but as straight as you can comfortably without stressing. I want you to go ahead and flex your right foot so that it is as flat as you can get it, as if that foot were flat on the floor. But it's up in the air. So my left toe is pointed, my right foot is flexed. They are right next to each other. My ankles are directly across from each other. They are not touching. They're a little bit apart to take the stress off of my hips a little bit. I'm feeling my lower back in contact with the floor beneath me. And I'm going to go ahead and switch. I'm going to point my right foot towards the sky, and I'm going to flex my left foot now. I'm going to flex it so much so that it feels as if it's flat, like I'm standing on the floor. I'm pulling my toes down towards my face, feeling a slight stretch in my calf. I'm going to go ahead and switch. Right foot is flexed, left toes are pointed. I'm going to breathe naturally, feeling my back fully sunken into the mat. Switch. Right toe pointed, left foot flexed. I want to put my arms gently above my head on the floor. The backs of my hands, go ahead and switch your feet again. Right foot flexed, left toes pointed. My hands are palms facing skywards. Switch your feet. Right toes pointed, left toes flexed. Feel my elbows on the floor beneath me as well. I want to go ahead and point both your feet now. I apologize for the noises in the background. I was hoping just for the fountain. I want you to go ahead and bend your knees. Bring your hands up. Put them gently on your shins, on the front of your shins, and pull your knees towards your chest just slightly, leaving your head in contact with the floor, feeling your shoulders push down against the mat behind you on the floor while you're pulling your knees towards your chest. You don't have to make contact with your shoulders onto the floor if it's too difficult. You can also let your knees fall slightly apart from each other, keeping your hands on your shins, pulling your knees towards your shoulders now. Perhaps you're pulling your knees towards your elbows. Gently pushing your shoulders against the mat. I want you to flex both your feet. Yes, while you're holding your shins. You're stretching your lower back. You're flexing your feet so your shins are getting a little bit of a stretch as well, even in this position. I want you to go ahead. Pull both your knees closer to each other now. I want to put both your hands on the front of your left shin, and I want you to pull that knee towards your chest and straighten your right leg. Allow your right leg to touch the floor. Now, this may feel like a little bit too much strain on your lower back. Try and relax into this position. Flex your right foot so it is flat, like you're standing on the floor. Your leg is along the floor. Your calf is against the ground. And you're feeling a slight stretch in your calf. Straighten your legs so much so that you feel like you're pushing the back of your knee towards the floor. It will not touch, don't worry about it, but it is going to engage your quadricep muscle, the top of your thigh. Keep gentle pressure on that left leg. Not on your knee so much, but on your shin. I want you to go ahead and let go with your right hand. Put your right hand palm facing downwards onto the floor directly across from your right shoulder, straight out from your body. And I want you to allow that left leg to drop towards the floor, gently giving it to some support with your left hand on that shin, allowing your left knee to sink towards the floor, keeping that right foot flexed, keeping that right leg straight. You're opening up your hips a little bit. Keep your both feet flexed. Your left foot is flexed too, by the way. Don't forget about that shin. Engage that muscle. Keep your right foot flexed. Feel it in your shin. Sink that right knee down towards the ground so that you feel engagement in your quadricep. I want you to gently bring that left knee back up to center. Gently bring that right hand to your right shin as you bring that leg up to center as well. Bend that knee and bring both legs up. Pull those knees slightly towards your chest, keeping the feet flexed so that you can feel the calves engaged. I want you to go ahead and I want you to gently lift your head off of the floor and see if you can look at your knees. Only do it if it feels okay for your neck. Gently lift your head off the ground. Gently put it back down again. I'm trusting you to breathe as you need to. Go ahead and put both arms out to the sides, palms facing the floor. Put both your feet into the air, into the sky. Point your toes now. Give those calves a little bit of reprieve, but I want you to point your toes so dramatically that you feel a stretch in your ankles. Quite often we don't give our ankles any love. Go ahead and flex your feet again. Feel it in your calves. And go ahead and point both feet again, feeling it in your ankles. Hands are on the floor, palms facing downwards. I want you to go ahead and gently bend your elbows, bend your knees, put your hands back on your shins again, pull those knees towards your chest. Let them fall apart a little bit so that they're actually going towards your shoulders, keeping your shoulders flat on that mat. beneath you. Flex your feet. Point your feet now. Feels a little different when you're in this position, right? Point and flex. Point and flex. I want you to go ahead and put both hands on your right shin now, keeping that knee bent. Allow that left leg now to go straight onto the ground beneath you. Touching the ground, adjusting your hips. Maybe your upper back needs to shift around a little bit to get a little more comfortable. Pulling your knee into your chest. Your right knee is bent. Your right foot is flexed. Your left foot is flexed. Flex your foot so much so that you feel a little stretch in your calf. Feel the back of your calf against the ground. Relax your left hip into the ground. Really feeling the stability of your body on that mat. I want you to go ahead and straighten your left leg as much as possible, feeling as if you're pulling that left knee towards the floor. The back of your left knee is trying to make it to the floor, but it's not going to, don't worry. But you are engaging your quadricep, your upper thigh, when you do this motion. Flex that left foot, flex that right foot. Make sure your ankles are engaged. Make sure your toes are participating. Every muscle in your body is participating, actually. Keeping your shoulders relaxed as much as you can back towards the ground. Feeling that left calf sink into the floor. Feeling that quadricep. This particular stretch is actually really good for your knees. It's engaging your quads right above your knee. Both your hands are gently on your right calf. But I want you to go ahead and take your left hand off of that shin, and I want you to put that arm straight out from your body, palm facing down to your left, and I want you to gently allow your right knee to sink towards the floor. Gently using your right hand to give your leg a little bit of stability. Relax that left leg, keeping it as straight as you can, sinking that left knee towards the floor, engaging that quadricep, keeping your left foot flexed, keeping your right foot flexed, allowing your right leg to sink towards the floor, feeling a slight stretch perhaps in your lower belly. I'm trusting you to breathe as you need to. In another session, we will focus on breathing even more. Breathing can help you in these stretches, of course. But for today, we're just doing a little intro to the way I like to stretch by my fountain out here. I hope you can hear me okay without all the background noise. Go ahead and take your left hand now and bring it to your right shin, bringing that knee back up to center just a little bit more, right? Go ahead and bend your left knee now. Your left leg comes up and your left hand goes onto that shin, pulling both your knees now towards your chest again, allowing them to drift apart, allowing them to stretch apart. I want you to go ahead and take your hands and see if you can put your arms between your knees and with your hands reach your feet. Are you able to grab the outside edges of your feet? Your left hand has your left foot, your right hand has your right foot. You are halfway down your foot with your fingertips practically on the arch of the bottoms of your feet. Now, gently put some pressure on those feet. Allow those knees, obviously, to be out as far as possible. And gently feel those knees go towards the floor. In fact, Allow your knees to do what they will, but concentrate on your shoulders. Try to get your shoulders more firmly onto the mat by pulling on those feet. Your arms should be really straight right now. Your feet are flexed. This is happy baby. This is my favorite position in yoga. Love it. Happy baby. You're helping yourself stretch your lower back. I want you to go ahead and rock gently from side to side, just a little bit. See if that feels good on your lower back against the mat. Your tailbone. Let everything go. Your hips. Your arms are just hanging on. Go ahead and let go of those feet. Bring those knees back together again. Gently move them so that your feet are on the floor. Your knees are bent. Your knees are touching each other. Your feet and your ankles are touching each other. Your legs are pressed together right now. The very action of putting your legs together all the way like this is engaging your lower belly. We will talk about lower ab work another time, but I'm really excited you were here with me right now. I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye. But let's go ahead and do this one last thing. Let's go ahead and allow our knees to fall apart from each other all the way towards the floor. Allow the bottoms of our feet to touch each other. We are flat-footed against each other. The sides of our feet are now on the floor, and our knees are gently floating towards the floor. Stay here as long as you are comfortable, feeling the stretch in your outer thighs and your glutes. And when you are ready, go ahead and safely bring your legs up again and get on with your day. I really appreciate you for stopping by. I am Maria. Sorry about the trash truck, but I hope you enjoyed our session today. Bye-bye.